Hey y'all, so this has been on my mind since like yesterday afternoon. So I pray the Lord wants me to share it. But I was listening to a sermon, and in the sermon, the pastor goes on to the story about how Paul stated that he had a thorn inside his flesh and how he pleaded with God to remove the thorn 3 times. And it made me think, like, okay, what is my thorn? What are my difficulties that I'm going through right now that I want to be removed, that I want to be relieved from, or what are the things that people are going through right now, whether that's insecurities, hardships, people talking about you, addiction, strongholds, what are the things that we have begged and pleaded for God to deliver us from, to set us free from, to, just get us away from, that just won't go away. So it made me want to get into that story. And that story derives from 2 Corinthians in the 12th chapter. And I read a bit through it. So to summarize, basically the first half of it, Paul is going on about how God has been good, the things that he has allowed him to do, the things that he's seen, the things that God has exposed him to, and he wants to share that with the Corinthians, with the people that he's around. So he goes on and talks about those things, and doesn't go too much into it because he doesn't want the people to start idolizing him. He doesn't want the people to, idolize the messenger. He wants them to come to the person who the message came from, which is God. So I will read the part, concerning the thorn in my flesh. So this is 2 Corinthians, the 12th chapter. Therefore, in order to keep me from becoming conceited, I was given a thorn in my flesh, a messenger of Satan, to torment me. 3 times I pleaded with the Lord to take it away from me. But he said to me, my grace is sufficient for you, for my power is made perfect in weakness. Therefore I will boast all the more gladly about my weaknesses, so that Christ's power may rest on me. That is why for Christ's sake I delight in weaknesses, insults, hardships, and persecutions, and in difficulties. For when I am weak, then I am strong. Going back in that scripture and seeing that Paul asked God 3 times to remove the thorn from his flesh. And it made me think about how sometimes I've asked God multiple times to get me through this same situation, get me through these same problems that I've been dealing with for years, months, weeks, whatever, what have you. And sometimes God, I feel like, doesn't want us to plead with him. He just wants us to know that we can accept the grace that he's given to us, because we don't have to work for it. We don't have to do anything to earn it. It's not a trade-off. It is free. So why not take it? And what grace is just favor that he gives us over our life. Favor in certain situations. Favor to get through a particular situation. So I know that it is hard right now, and sometimes we don't see a way out, or sometimes we give up. We're tired of asking, so we're just going to suffer through our issue. But we do not have to suffer through those issues. We can come to God and ask him, for his grace and his mercy to get us through those issues, because those issues may be building us up, may be giving us endurance to go into the next race. Our life is not supposed to be filled with suffering, but sometimes we will have those difficult situations, and he will give us strength to build up on those, to get through them. So as we go about our day and go about life, let us not try to focus so much on the problem or the people who are causing the problems, or just the things that's going on around us, our difficult situations. Accepting and knowing that God's grace and favor is over your life can help us, can mend our hearts and our minds, to be like, okay, this is not going to last forever, but through him, I'm going to get through this. I'm going to get over this. I'm going to conquer this. So that's what I wanted to say. I hope everybody has a great day, and know that God's grace is over your life. All you have to do is accept it.